else thinks it's time to get a whole new way and expression of leadership. I heard a lot of people complaining a lot for the last few days. I'm not going to say why. I'm sure you know what it is. And it definitely is time that we bring in new leadership from on high. What seems to be happening is that the duality that we live in is getting it's getting almost stronger and stronger. It's like it's this or it's that, but there is nothing in between. And how is that possible? How is it possible that there's only two choices, right? Black or white, or left and right, or up or down? It's just not true. But in our mind, it is true. That is what the mind is. It's duality, simply duality. So, in order to create a new form of leadership, we have to leave duality and come into oneness. And oneness is who and what we already are. Now, we have not realized that. I have not realized that at a deep level where when I walk around, I just know that there I am, there I am, there's a tree, oh, that's me, here's a rose, oh, that's me, here's an animal, oh, that's me, here's a person, oh, that's me. No, I'm not living like that. I'm definitely living in the dualistic world, but I also live in here in the oneness where that duality is like, it's so uninteresting to me. I cannot even tell you. And maybe it's all coming to a peak where more and more people are going to say, okay, I've had enough. This is not how it's supposed to be. And of course, that's true. It's not supposed to be like that in a higher dimension. In the third dimension, apparently so, because that's what's happening. And that's where we keep living and focusing on and adding to and believing. And that's why it keeps happening. And now we have a real good opportunity to step out of duality and open up to something new. And that would be leadership from oneness, from the heart. And this is where I want to bring in that word longing, the deep longing in our heart. That is where the new leadership, where the oneness is already living. But we keep moving out and thinking that we can do it, in this dimension. Oh, we can do it, we just need this person or that person. And if they just did this or that. But that's still part of the duality and the old paradigm. It's not going to work. I mean, you might as well let it go now because it's not going to work. So if you can try this little exercise that I talk about so often, don't touch it. Hands off. When you see this, these debates and this quarreling and this blaming and shaming, and you want to engage in it and you want to agree or disagree and point fingers, see if you can take your hands off and not touch it. That in itself, literally, that in itself is taking out energy of the third dimension. Now, where do you put that energy then? You go and ask yourself, well, what do I want? I don't want that. I want to fight it and argue with it, but I don't really want it. What do I want? And that's where you go in here. And that's where we can take a lot of time to just explore, well, what do I want? What would feel really good, if we're creating a new earth, a new world? How would I like that to be? what would it feel like? And then we go there and we stay. And what happens then, the more we go there and make ourselves available, that means we have to stay there with an openness to allow it to come through and inform us and show us and guide us and inspire us to how it can unfold through and as you and I. We all have that in us because we already are divine. We already are one inside with ourselves, with everyone else. So, what would a world look like based on oneness, where there is no finger pointing or quarreling or blaming and all that stuff? And I would say it's really hard for most people to even imagine that is possible. I've heard some of my friends talk like that. And, there's this, well, that's just how it is. That's how humans are. There's no way we can change that. I don't believe that at all because I've done it myself. I have stopped touching this world so I can be an open vessel for this new energy to come through. And I can feel in my heart what that will look and feel like because I am listening. I'm paying attention to the longing. And then I start acting from there. And that's why I'm offering here what I'm doing, because it's coming from here as this new expression that all of us are being invited to join in on. It's not easy to stop the touching because it's like there's so much energy behind it. There's so much emotional attachment, to argue and be right and make them wrong. All that energy is wasted. Yes, I said it. It's a total waste. So just think about that when you next time want to do that, want to blame or, complain. Oh my God, complaining. There's so much energy in that. Waste of time. But it might feel good, right? Because it gives us a little bit of a sense of like, I'm better than. Don't touch that either. It's a waste of time. At least from now on, I want to invite you to not touch it and instead go here and let yourself be touched by this longing, by this sensation, by this expansion. Something that's like, oh yeah, I want that. That's where we can hang out. And that's how we can make ourselves available for a whole new world. I do not know how that's all going to work. But this one knows. This inner longing, how it announces itself to me. It knows because it already is that. But it's up to me to let go of the dualistic world and now go here and then be open to that. So I hope that resonates with you. And if it does, and if you're interested, I am offering starting next month, which is next week, every Tuesday, first Tuesday of the month, I'm offering an online gathering where we are going to focus on the longing and the spiritual calling. Because to me, the last several months, it's kind of become the same thing and it's amazing. And it makes no sense to ever leave it again. And that's when I want to, inspire and invite you to join me in if you want to. So I will again, I've been talking about this the last few days already, but I will put the link in the description. You can go to this page, this landing page that where you can read more about it and also how you can join and sign up for that. And in the beginning, I just want to see how this goes with the donation that I have been talking about also for a while. It's going to be by a heart donation. So again, you go here, you don't go here, you go here. It's like, oh yeah, and then you let this tell you how much to donate or how little to donate. It depends on your life, on your financial situations, on your inspiration, how inspired you are by it. It's all coming from here. And that's what we're going to spend a lot of time on, to start to learn to move from this inside. So if you want to, I would love for you to join me this coming Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. And the link will be below. Thank you, my friends. Have a wonderful day.